Here's our next project is the pig pen. We're going to be getting pigs in about 5 weeks. So we're going to be spending that time redoing this pig pen. He's already gathered the hoses up. We're going to start wetting the ground down so it's a little easier to work with. And we have to move the stuff that washed down the hill back up here and get it in the pen. But we also have to replace the house this year. So we're gonna have to tear that house completely down. And we're also gonna replace the plywood on the back of the feeder because they've gnawed it down quite a bit. So we're gonna put new plywood there. But we have to kind of build this up as always. You see how high the bottom of the fence is in some of this area through here. That's gonna have to be built up and everything leveled out and smoothed out. And then we'll build the new house. So first thing is starting to wet everything down because it's going to take days of watering to get that wet enough for us to start digging it. Because if you remember, way back at the beginning when we were doing pigs, we actually had to rent a jackhammer and bust the stuff up. We figured out if you just soak it down for a few days, it'll soften right up and we can work with it a little better then. So we're going to soften it up. In the meantime, we're going to tear that house down, take that back panel off, and so we have an easier access to it, and build, the house will be built after we get everything else set up. So that's our big project that we're just getting started on. He got the water thing dug out. He got the old plywood pieces off of there. Been wetting that down and wetting this down. And he's got the house half tore apart. Well, more than half. The roof and the back and the side. So it's coming down pretty quick. We're gonna have a couple of young boys come and help tomorrow. Hopefully we're gonna get all that stuff moved up, and we'll get the platform dug out and the feeder back where it goes, and get the rest of that shelter torn apart and get some progress made. Doing a lot better. Got a lot of that mound out, and they put it up there. And they got the the plywood out. They got to clean that. They got the bowling ball out. It was buried in the mud. So, yep, making good progress. They're taking a break right now. But Andrew and Luke are here helping. Oh yeah, got that all done, all moved up here. So we can level it out, and look, the house is gone. And the platform is cleaned off.
Which is kind of what a picture from showing where we're at. So platform's pretty much done. That's set up. Still got to level all this, and I got to remove the stuff up there from the base of the shelter. Anyway, got a lot to do yet.
Wetting it down to get ready to do some digging, and this little water trough area is filled up pretty good. Anyway, and you can see where he dug out where the house was. So you're gonna put decomposed granite on top of that now, right?
Yeah, we're all gonna smooth it out.
Yeah. So anyway, getting there. I don't know if you can see that, but that trough, this whole here, all that has to be level with how deep that trough is, and then moved up there. When the boys came, they moved it up, and then Rod kind of got it pushed up there, but we're gonna have to dig all that out and move it uphill a little bit. So this looks nice though. We got the two ledges on the sides, so it's gonna be a nice path for the water. That's all dug out. Just gotta keep digging.
There used to be a stack of wood right there. And I got it all moved up, so I'm gonna show you where I moved it to by wheelbarrow. And there used to be a bunch stacked right here. These half rounds, or what do you want to call them? Part of it, that's where some of it was stacked. Got in there, and it's all stacked over here now. It's going to get covered and burnt this winter when the burn season starts back up, since I can't seem to give it away.
So Rodney dug that out more and dug up in here. He's hoping that he can back the little tractor up there and be able to push it. And going to be wetting down over there so that we can drive the tractor in here and work with it. But he busted up a lot of that around the platform. You can see he busted that up so we can start getting that out. But yeah, it's all got to be pushed up there so that's more level. Next thing is probably going to be getting the tractor in here and try to get this level. So we'll show that here shortly. Grandpa was working on the pig pen with the tractor, and we are going to have a storm. I don't know if you can see the sky up there. Storm's moved in. It's sprinkling now. And he's going to take the blade off, put the tractor back inside, because they're talking about 1/4 inch hail along with this rain. But I don't mind the rain, but we can do without the hail on my garden. Anyway, yeah, little pause while we see if this rains. Can you hear the thunder? That is what you call rolling thunder. We have a change of plans. Neither of the tractors running at the moment, so we had to go back to manual. So Rodney's been moving the dirt manually, but he got a bunch more around the feeder moved, and he's leveling it up there. So it'll get done. Well, he dug out more in front of the platform, and he got that section there dug out and moved up there. And tomorrow he's going to get some decomposed granite and put it up there where the house is going to go, and start leveling that up. And he's still got to move all this up to there and move it and level everything out. Rod just got, you said it was 1.5 yards, and you got 1.5 yards of decomposed granite. He's going to put that down here where the house is going to go, and in front of the house, because they kept wallowing it out, and beside it over here, and try to fill some of this in with decomposed granite. Maybe it'll be a little bit more sturdy this year, not all washed down the hill. So we'll see. And in case some of you didn't know, when you get loads like that, you can just take the tailgate off. So we got the truck unloaded. He's got to sweep it out yet, clean up the truck a little bit, but he's got it all out, and we'll have to see. He may have to go get another load. But we'll go from there. See what he's going to level it out. We might get a roller this year. We haven't done that before, but just to try to pack it, because we're going to be building a house on top of this. So we might go ahead and invest in a roller. So just a hand roller, but just something to pack it a little bit before we start building the house. And we're going to wet it down so it can solidify a little bit while we're building the house. So be sure to watch the next video. I know this was not a real exciting one, but he got a lot done. It looks great. As soon as he gets done leveling all this up and getting the rest of that, he's got more to bring up and try to level all this out. But when he gets done with that, then it's on to building the new house. So don't miss that next video, because that'll be on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. We love sharing our farm with you. Make sure, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. Have a great day.